Hello, my name is Abhishek Savan and today I am going to take you through the Amazon EC2, one of the flagship services of AWS. So, how it all started. For the longest time, people didn't have access to cloud providers. People used to buy or rent their servers through physical data centers. Data centers existed, but cloud wasn't a thing yet. Websites like aws.amazon.com didn't existed back in the day. Today, we can create our own virtual machines and work on them through services like EC2. So moving on, Amazon's biggest offering was EC2, which stands for Elastic Compute Cloud 2. The need of the industry was to compute. Compute means a bunch of CPUs, RAM, and storage, and a place where I can run my code. That's what it stands for. So now, moving on to what does elastic means. It means we can increase or decrease the size of the machine or adjust the compute as needed. So now, what does an instance means? An instance means a server which we can start. A server is a virtual machine in AWS data center which we can start and work on. EC2 is the prime example of infrastructure as a service which provides virtualized computing by giving users the power to manage infrastructure without worrying about managing the physical hardware. It mainly consists in the capability of renting virtual machines. As I earlier said, we can start our own EC2 instances and rent virtual machines on them. We can also store data on virtual drives through EBS. EBS is a storing service provided by AWS which we connect to our EC2 instance, which stores data even when the instance is stopped or terminated. We can distribute loads across machines through ELB. ELB is a load balancing service which handles incoming traffic across targets such as EC2 instances, containers, or IP addresses. The building blocks of EC2 sizing and configuration options are RAM. RAM is used to power our application's memory. We can choose 4 GB of RAM, 8 GB of RAM according to our needs. Moving on to operating systems, we can choose a bunch of operating systems such as Amazon Linux, we can choose Windows, we can choose Ubuntu, we can choose Mac OS. Moving on to firewall rules, port 80 for handling the HTTP traffic, then port 443 for handling the secure traffic, which is HTTPS, then port 22 for our own network, which is SSH. Moving on to storage, we can choose our own storage according to our need. Compute power and cores, number of cores we can choose. The basic one starts with 10 cores, something like that. And networks attached is EBS and EFS. EFS for file sharing across instances. So now let's get started with the practical implementation of an EC2 instance. So click on EC2, then we will click on launch instance. Then we will give name to a instance, which is my name. Then selecting the operating system, I am selecting Ubuntu. You can select as per your need. Then selecting instance type, here I am selecting d2.micro. Then giving a key pair. My key pair name is my name dash my surname. Then create key pair, which acts as a password. Then the .pem file is getting downloaded. Then clicking allow HTTP and allow HTTPS traffic, allowing requests from all the traffics. And then typing chmod 700 my name .pem file, then the ssh-i command with ubuntu slash @ my IP address of my web server. Then further on, we will clone a Git repository which fetches to-dos from the backend. Now installing Node.js on that AWS machine, and then we will run npm install, and then we will execute the particular file, which is index.js, using node space index.js, and then we will copy the instance URL, paste it. We can't access because traffic is not allowed from the port 8080. We will go to security of the instance and we will change the inbound rules. Uh, we will add two inbound rules for IPv4 and IPv6. 0.0.0.0/0 means we can access it from anywhere. Saving these rules, and now again refreshing the URL with :8080. We will type /to dos to fetch the to dos.